Hey people, what's going on? It's Jamil, and right now what I'm doing is I'm putting out an opportunity for the celebrity world for people who are celebrities, are high up musicians, even NFL players, basketball players, who are currently going through gang stalking, to step out onto the platform. Now, a lot of the celebrities in Hollywood, especially the actors and actresses, have been gang stalked or are currently being gang stalked. And they're not really aware of how to deal with it. First things first, that celebrity ability you have and that celebrity power that you have can be used for a good purpose. Now, I'm eventually putting out a book, and I'm going to be looking to get a movie on Lifetime, or even, we're going to take that when it gets Lifetime, or something that's very similar. We're going to try to take that to Warner Brothers, Discovery Channel. I'm gonna be looking for people who can play certain parts, And if you're a celebrity, this is going to be your first chance to actually speak up and be a part of the movement to beat gang stalking. Now, I'm Jamil Rawls, and I'm really the only person in the world to ever beat it. I know there's others who have used my method, have grinded through it, and beat it, but I'm the person out there on the front lines that's really pushing it. And not only did I beat it, now I'm teaching people how to do what I call pimp the program. And what that basically is tweaking the gang stalking program after you beat it to be able to grind through your life successfully and be able to use that challenge to make everything in your life better. If you have beaten the gang stalking program, you're going to be at least 10 times more successful than the average person. A lot of people say they've beaten it, but they don't even have an average life. They're living a below average life. If you've beaten the gang stalking program, you should be way up there. So if you're an actor or actress and you want to beat the program, your acting ability is going to be 10 times more than what it was before. Okay? And you don't have to worry about sounding crazy. I got clients. I had a client I was talking to this morning. She's very upscale, lives in an extremely upscale part of New York. High income, PhD, and she saw me on here and she said, you're the only person I want to talk to. Everybody else, all they did was talk about how horrible it is. You're the first person who actually said they have solutions, and you proved it. I've seen you on camera walk up to people in the area you live in Norton Shores, Michigan, and tell them you're the only person to beat it. I can see that you're fearless. And that's what we do. We go out there, wave at cars, talk to people, we interact. So if you're working at a studio and you needed me there with you, that could be arranged easily. I live right next to an airport in Norton Shores, Michigan. I could jump on an airplane, be right there. If you're over in one of the studios over there in Burbank or something, I'm very familiar with Hollywood. Let me tell you why. I'm a veteran conspiracy researcher, and I went through years and years and years of conspiracy research. It wasn't until recently, in the last couple of years, I did a lot of interviews. Well, starting 4 years ago, but the main ones that caught the attention of the powers that be were a couple of years ago. And these interviews were based on conspiracy research from the 1960s and 70s, government cover-ups, all sorts of things. Jonestown, the Manson family, a lot of stuff. And the secret societies knew exactly what I was talking about because they're the ones who did it. And so one of these secret societies put a president in the White House more than once. Another one of them actually runs the motion picture industry, along with many other things. And so it became a situation to where I was set up to be killed. I beat that out of miraculous. I was God's love. God in God's godly ways got me out of it. And when I say God, I'm not Jewish, I'm not Muslim, I'm not Christian. I'm talking about universal power that loves all people and all things. Okay? And I think all religions are just a mechanism to get to that higher power. And so I commend anybody who is religious. Okay, so moving on. After that, I came back to Michigan. I live in my mother's house in Norton Shores, Michigan. And I started running my mouth again. Not just about conspiracies, but about my experiences of going to Hollywood and how I was set up to kill and I beat that. And if the people weren't already pissed, now they're really pissed because I got a chance to actually meet some of these people in person and gained a lot of knowledge that they really didn't want me having. It became very complex, and so they put me in a gang stalking program, and which I'm very grateful for. So I basically went from the death penalty to probation. We went from death row to probation. And so I've grinded through the gang stalking program, and I've beaten it, and now my goal is not to expose the gang stalking program and say, this is where the money comes from, this is who runs it. I'm Jamil Rawls, I'm much bigger than that. What I want to do is I want to teach people their own power and teach people how they can change their experience of it and not only beat the program, but then they can tweak the program out, what I call pimping the program, and they can make the program work for them. See, every day, the neighborhood I live in, I decide how I'm going to interact with people. If I don't want somebody in my script, I don't, I go about my day in such a way where they'll no longer be a part of the script. If I do want somebody in the script, I interact with them in a certain way, or I can go out and find somebody to be in a script. I've thought about that. I thought about, there's a few female. I thought about going to get a female. Like, I live in a cul-de-sac. I thought about going to get a female and just walking around the cul-de-sac with her and seeing how the program would interact with her, seeing if the program would come to her or something, and seeing if I can get her to, I've thought about things like that. But I'm more of a hands-off person. I like to let the program work itself out. I'm more of a naturalist. I don't like to try to manipulate things in that sense. I like to let things manipulate themselves. The greatest power takes the lightest touch. And so, I can look at somebody in a certain way and make them famous. And I often tell people I'm famous because when you're being gang stuck, you got a lot of eyes watching you. You go through a lot of criticism. And I've gone through that in my conspiracy research online. I've gone through it in person. And one of the greatest things that happened for me was I was very outspoken with my research. I not only talked about extraterrestrials, I talked about black extraterrestrials, which is something nobody really... There's a few people who talked about it, but the way I presented it, I even talk about channeling black extraterrestrials. And because of that, because of my, because I was basically fearless, I didn't care what people thought of me, that in a sense actually saved my life because it made me seem less of an intellectual. It made me seem less of a threat. And so that was part of my miraculous slip out in the life or death situation. That all had a part played into it. But now, when people Google me, they can see how seriously I took conspiracy research to be able to put that much effort into it. So everything that got me up to this point has went hand in hand. And so I'm doing as much I can do as, beating the program and then teaching people how to tweak the program out and help it. It catapulted me to superstardom and success. And now I'm teaching other people how they can be catapulted to superstardom and success. And so what we'd like to do now is get somebody on the floor who does have some celebrity power, who could just speak on the issue. Not saying you have to say certain things, but all you have to do, if you have a channel with millions of views or something like that, or millions of, you can just like my video and or repost my video on your channel, or make a t-shirt saying I support Jamil Rawls and put it on a rock music video or something, or a rap video or something. I know I got a lot of subscribers in the black community because of a lot of things I talk about. And there's a lot of people in the white community who listen to what I say. So, I know all about that, and it's been through sexuality that I've been able to break through the program. I used a lot of methods. I've been drugged on multiple occasions, and I let that make me more hardcore. When they drugged me, I'd go out and pass out flyers even more. I went through a period where I'd walk down the street. Now, this is a rural area in Norton Shores, Michigan. Some of the areas don't have sidewalks. So I walked down the street at 3 in the morning, and a lot of cars would faint like they were going to hit me, get real close, and I'd just keep walking, fearless, And we went through all that. And, the car would move out of the way, of course. And so we kept going through this sort of stuff. Then we got to the point to where sexuality was used, women. And, I live around some extremely attractive females. And so, like yesterday, they got a girl outside, she's looking like a damn Italian bikini model. And it's just, the pressure that the program has on you in a sexual way, in a way that's physical, where, you grind through things where, like I said, cars coming at you, people drugging. I mean, you go throughout everything you can go through. And so, the program's here to help you. So if you're in Hollywood and you actually want help, help yourself by helping me. And I'm serious. I'm looking to do a book, a movie. We're going for that Nobel Peace Prize. I've already done interviews with a human rights group. I got an international interview with Andy B, who's been going through it for 11 years, and his situation is far more complex than mine. You know, he's gone through some rough stuff. He's down under in Australia. And so, you know, when I'm the movement I'm pushing, I'm carrying the program on my back, and I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for all these other people who are going through. I'm pulling them with. I'm taking them with me, you know, to success. So, you know, we're gonna grind through this no matter what. And so I just encourage people, you know, basketball players, football players, you know, whoever you are, boxer, but you know, I'm mainly speaking to the world of Hollywood. You know, go ahead, you know, feel free to contact me. Everything, if you want to be a situation where it can be a confidential type of contact, you know, I'm totally with that. I'm not into breaking privacy. So just feel free to hit me up. Jamil Rawls, Jamel, you know, 2 E's for a double dose. JAMELRAWLS versus gangstalking at Gmail. Jamil Rawls versus gangstalking at Gmail. All right.